matchup between the 7-seeded USC Aiken Pacers and the 3rd seed Young Harris Mountain Lions. Sam Jones, joined by the Peacock, Justin Peacock, here with you on the Peach Belt Conference YouTube Network. Excited to take you through day number 2 of our tournament. Exciting day 1. Justin saw some upsets here and there and saw a lot of good softball.
I saw a very exciting day of the conference tournament softball action yesterday. I was fortunate enough to be here all day yesterday. Wow, what a day. A little rain delay, and when I say little, I mean 3.5 hours of a little rain delay. Speaking about our teams coming in here, USC Aiken, big upset against the Armstrong State University Pirates. Slow-paced game, 1 run slotted in the 1st inning until all of a sudden Armstrong goes up 2-0 in the 8th. And then Andrea Doring from USC Aiken in the 9th slot cracks a 2-run homer over the fence, changes the ball game, and look who's playing today, Sam.
And there you have it. Big upset for Aiken, and it might have just saved the rest of their season. They were the 8th ranked in the region, coming into that game, and might have just secured themselves a spot in the NCAA tournament with that big win yesterday over one of the best teams in the entire country, in the 12th ranked Armstrong State. Got a big game here today, though. It's not over yet. USC Aiken looking to continue a Cinderella run if they can knock off the 3-seed Young Harris Mountain Lions. And Justin, I want to go ahead and tell the folks how the Pacers, Young Harris and USC Aiken line up.
Absolutely. Let's start off with USC Aiken, speaking about them as first. Yesterday was Coach Jerry Snyder's first Peach Belt Tournament win, so congrats, Coach Jerry. Talking about that lineup now, in center field, batting first for the Pacers is Sarah Monti. Batting second baseman Julianne Ledoux. Batting third, number 12, Samantha Chubb. Batting fourth, number 24, the first baseman Megan Jean Thrower. Batting fifth, number 4, left fielder Sydney Cade Murphy. Batting sixth, number 33, the designated player Hannah Price. Batting seventh, number 11, Chandler Terrapin. Batting eighth, number 8, Taylor Morgan. Batting ninth, number 25, Andrea Doring. And that will do it for the Aiken lineup as we go into the national anthem.
National anthem finishes up, and Young Harris takes the field to start semifinal number 1 later in the day. And we'll see the number 1 seeded North Georgia Nighthawks in a big matchup just a few moments after this one ends up. Young Harris coming in today, 32-17 record on the year. Pacers 20-19. Aiken coming in again off a big upset of Armstrong State University yesterday. And I don't think we got the Young Harris's lineup, did we?
We have not, and why not do it now? Better time we're talking about it than ever. Looking at batting first, number 23, the center fielder, Jeannie Perucci, also the Elite 15 Award winner for the Peach Bowl Conference this year.
Okay.
Number 8, right fielder, Hannah Harrison. Number 10, the third baseman, Sarah McGill. Batting fourth, number 16, the catcher, Grace Body. Batting third, the shortstop, Murphy Davis. Batting fifth, number 3, excuse me. Batting sixth, number 21, designated player, Sarah Beth Marquis. Batting seventh, number 14, first baseman, Lindsay Tudor. Batting eighth, number 25, the left fielder, Tony Perucci, Jeannie Perucci's sister. And batting ninth, number 20, the second baseman, Rachel Benson.
Thank you very much. In the circle today for Young Harris, and about to face Sarah Monti as Darby Stanford, the senior, comes into the 2.20 ERA, a 25-5 record, and 208 2/3 innings pitched. Stanford, fourth in the conference in ERA, second in wins. And fires a strike to start this one off.
I will say Darby Stanford, the senior, looked sensational in that game against Lander yesterday. Didn't allow any runs until the 8th inning, or later into the 6th inning, excuse me. Was almost pitching a shutout. Look for her to have another good game today, Sam.
Young Harrison, 9-2 win over the Bearcats of Lander. And Stanford misses outside of this one, make it 1-1 to Monti.
Monti having an incredible season, came in yesterday at 401, has bumped it up to 407 batting average in the tournament. 27 RBIs on the season, and 6 homers, so she can get it done a bad year in that leadoff spot, Sam.
First team all Peach Belt member, and smokes one down the left field line. That's going to get outside the chalk, though. Make it 1-2.
Speaking about that North Georgia game yesterday and a big matchup against UNC Pembroke, who was able to sweep the Bobcats yesterday, I was unable to see the rest of that Francis Marion North Georgia game. I understand you broadcasted. How did that finish up? How did they look going into the semifinal round?
To put it quite frankly, North Georgia is going to be really hard to beat.
Absolutely.
North Georgia, an easy 8-0 win over Francis Marion. Courtney Poole, the reigning national pitcher of the year, a no-hitter through 5 innings. Everyone else better look out. It's going to be tough.
They won the ship last year. I'm sure they have. You don't want to digress. You want to win the season again this year. So we'll see what that semifinal matchup looks like at 1:30 slotted time.
1-2 on the way from Stanford. Monti putting up a fight in the first at bat for the Pacers. This one hit up the middle. Going to be a tough play. It's off the glove of the second baseman, Rachel Benson.
Well, that's what you want your leadoff hitter to do, and especially such a strong leadoff hitter like Sarah Monti. Get on base for Jenny Ledoux.
Number 14, Julianne Ledoux.
Monti gets on base a lot, 456 on base percentage. Doesn't steal a whole lot, only 8 of 9 on the year. And we'll see what Julianne Ledoux tries to do here. I'd imagine, I wouldn't be surprised at least to see a sacrifice bunt from Ledoux. Ledoux coming in the game, a 150 hitter. Gets a bunt up in the air. And poor execution from the Pacers leads to out number 1.
Yeah, you want to put that bunt right into the ground to give you a chance to make it down to first base and have to choose a fielder choice to throw out the lead runner. And that one popped right in the air. Third baseman was able to come up and make an easy play.
Bring up Samantha Chubb, senior third baseman. A 303 average, 329 on base percentage. Second on the team in slugging, though, with a 5.29 percentage. She's got 42 RBIs and 8 home runs.
Leads the team, Sam, in RBIs and home runs at 42 and 8. Leads the team in RBIs by almost double everyone else.
1-0 count to Chubb. Hits from the right side, holds the hands high. And is constantly twirling the bat before she gets set. 1-0. Just missed. No, caught the outside corner. Late strike call from our home plate umpire, Jill Poole. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out.
Sarah Monti over there, taking a strong lead, 8 for 9 stolen bases on attempts. Wouldn't be surprised here if we see some more base running in the second round of the conference tournament here.
1-1, almost the same pitch. This one shaded a little bit outside, though. 2-1 to Samantha Chubb. Chubb is senior from Summerville, South Carolina. Transfer from Aiken Tech. 2-1. She tried to go the outside corner again. Stanford not getting that call, though. And she continues to slide away from the plate. 3-1. Megan Jean Thrower waits in the wings. On the way to Chubb. Came inside with it, and Chubb fought it off. Make the count full.
Stands starting to fill up here at the Peeler Complex. Softball fans and parents starting to file in. Such a beautiful day compared to yesterday. Sun is already breaking through. Sunscreen is already being applied.
No chance of rain either. That's what I've seen so far.
I'm knocking on wood. I haven't checked, but I'll take your word for it, Sam Jones.
She's always taking the word for it, Justin. 3-2 hit to the shortstop. Might be 2. It's at least 1. Throw to first, not in time. A good turn by Murphy Davis and Rachel Benson, though. Cuts down the lead runner at second. Make it 2 outs. And a good job of Darby Stanford coming back from 3-1.
Now batting for the Pacers, number 24, the first baseman, Megan Jean Thrower.
It's going to bring up Megan Jean Thrower, the junior, up to the plate. Thrower 3.12 out average on the season with 18 RBIs and 5 homers, 5 doubles as well.
So we'll see if Stanford can continue to do damage control. Exchange Montai for Chubb on first base. And Stanford just misses outside yet again. She's missing, but not by much.
No, not at all, Sam. And different umpires call the strike zone a little differently. So I'm sure when she figures out where a home plate umpire is calling them, we'll see the adjustment made going into some further innings.
Stanford taking a while to get her marching orders here. Goes outside again and just misses.
Watching Stanford play yesterday, not a lot of extra defense. I'm not sure if that was, we saw a couple slower moving plays when they came up to a gut. I'm not sure if she has the green light to not really get as involved.
Okay.
But so keep an eye out there for today, Sam, if she moves up on some bunts and also some ones that slide past her in the middle.
Pacers not thinking about challenging her right now. The 2-0 strike. That one found the corner. Almost had a cutting action on it. Ran back over the outside edge of the plate. Stanford, the lefty. 2-1 on the way from her. Missed outside again. She's not getting that call right now, and she'll have to move it over a couple inches if she wants to get it.
Yeah,
2-2 count. Excuse me, 3-1 as Jill Poole throws up an array of numbers. 3-1 from Stanford. Fouled off and make it 3-2. So once again from 3-1, Stanford gets the Pacers to check one off. Make it a full count with 2 outs means Chubb can get on her horse. Thrower waits. Payoff pitch. Back up the middle, base knock for Thrower. Up to second goes Chubb. Nice piece of 2-out hitting from Megan Jean Thrower.
As we saw the Pacers go 1 for 8 with the batters on left on backs early in the game. So they were getting runners on against the Pirates early, but were unable to capitalize. Let's see if that happens here early on, or they start to capitalize with the runners on with 2 outs.
Bring up Sydney Kate Murphy, the left fielder today for the Pacers. Murphy, a .288 hitter, getting on base 32.9% of the time. Murphy takes a strike, first pitch. That one floated over the heart of the plate. Murphy was looking all the way. As a runner in scoring position here, Murphy. Only 16 RBIs on the season, does have 4 home runs. Big chance for the sophomore to put the Pacers up early. This one popped up right side and gloved by Lindsey Tudor. And Darby Stanford escapes undamaged after allowing 2 hits to start the game. We head to the bottom of the first. Young Harris looking good on the board. Back in just a moment on the Peach Belt Conference YouTube network. back to Peeler Complex, folks. Sam Jones flying with the Peacock. Justin Peacock here with me on the Peach Belt Conference YouTube Network. USC Aiken held scoreless in the top half of the first, and Young Harris looking to get on the board against the right-hander, Taylor Morgan.
Morgan just under that 3.00 ERA, 299, a 16-12 win-loss in 192 innings with 218 strikeouts, partner.
Morgan fires a strike to Jeannie Perucci to start things off. One of 5 members of this Young Harris team to be named Peach Belt's second team. Perucci takes a ball there, 1-1. Perucci coming in today, a 382 hitter. That's good for 10th in the conference. Gets on base. A 4-1-6 clip. This one popped up the center field. Sarah Monti is under it though, and gloves it for the first out of the inning. Taylor Morgan in the circle. Andrea Daring behind the plate. Samantha Chubb at third. Sarah Timmerman is the shortstop today. She's not hitting. Julian LeDuc is playing second. Megajine Thrower at first. Sydney Kate Murphy in left field. And of course, Monti just caught that one in center. Chandler Terrapin is in the right field corner. First pitch to number 8, Hannah Harrison, is a strike on the outside half. Harrison, 342 hitter. Second on the team in slugging, and that's 2-hole. 5.78 slugging percentage for her.
Young Harris comes out starting 2 lefties at bat. And Young Harris batters, they crowd the front of that batter's box. Yesterday there was a lot of uproar from a lot of the umpires in the crowd and the fans here because later on in the games that line goes away essentially after the first inning. And looks like they're stepping out of the batter's box. So another thing to look at here is that one goes to right field for an easy out.
Terrapin under it for out number 2 and 2 quick flyouts. Lessen the chances of Young Harris getting off to a fast start.
Now batting the third baseman, number 10, Sarah McGill.
Going to bring up Sarah McGill, senior righty, batting .359 on the season, 39 RBIs, leading the squad of Young Harris with also 9 home runs in that third slot.
Takes the ball there. McGill last year was first team All Peach Belt. This year, second team All Peach Belt. Still had a solid season though, like Justin was saying. Impressive stats from McGill as always.
Peach Belt has a lot of talent in the softball area. So a lot of those players are getting moved around in the conference team. It's just so hard to pick sometimes.
Whole lot of traffic.
Absolutely.
Trying to get on these lists. We're looking at the region rankings. Yesterday, of course, Aiken out there in 8th, Young Harris at 6th. I would imagine with wins yesterday, both those teams have clinched their spots in NCAA regional play. And McGill takes a called strike 3. McGill not happy with the call from Jill Poole. And that will end the first. Both teams go down scoreless. We head to the top of the second. Pacers up the bat. We come back in just a moment on the Peach Belt YouTube Network. Stay with us, folks. second. Pacers got 2 on. And the first couldn't bring a run around and score. So Stanford gets out of the woods in the first. She'll face 6, 7, 8 at the minimum. And top of the second fires a strike to Hannah Price. Price, the designated player today for Aiken 302 hitter as a freshman. Solid start to her Pacer career. Stanford just misses there 1-1. Price, like we said, a freshman from Seneca, South Carolina. Went to West Oak High School. 1-1, ripped down the left field line, gonna get foul. Price also does a little pitching for the Pacers. 2.52 ERA in a couple appearances for her. Stanford checks her outfield positioning. She's happy with it. 1-2 on the way. And just missed that outside corner. Stanford continues to walk the wire, that outside edge of the plate. Couldn't find the right side there. Nice job of framing by the catcher body. Joe Poole didn't oblige, though.
Joe Poole is calling it very tight today, Sam.
2-2, ripped down left field line. This one going to get foul as well. So 2 scares from Hannah Price. Both have curled foul.
One of 2 freshmen that has worked her way into the lineup. We're going to see another freshman, the shortstop, Sarah Tinneman, not batting but playing the field for the Mountain Lions.
And Garrett's taking a long time to relay some signals in here. The 2-2 from Stanford. Fouled off again. Kick saving a beauty from the head coach, Jerry Snyder.
Jerry Snyder getting in on the play over there. He dodged a foul ball yesterday with the most grace I've ever seen. Line drive in the right form, slides the back foot out of the way, lets it pass by, and didn't even sweat.
He's been doing this a long time, Jerry Snyder.
I believe it.
2-2 on the way from Stanford, fouled off again. Aiken making Stanford work these first 2 innings.
Gonna have to tell our cameraman to look alive. We did have a foul ball go up and catch one of our cameramen yesterday. It grazed him along the left hip. He looked alive, so he got out of the way in time, but they will come up and get there. We had a camera woman catch one in the thigh last year during the Peach Belt Conference semifinals.
Absolutely. Prayers up to Jenna. She got nailed in the thigh. Big old bruise.
And she had a softball imprint for about 2 weeks.
She did. Of course, Skylar over there in the dugout yesterday escaped. Almost certain death. That one popped up left side. Coming in is Perucci, and going out is Murphy Davis, shortstop, making a nice running catch. Didn't even see her tracking back that far, but she ran a long way and made a good play for out number 1.
Now in the right fielder, number 11, Chandler Terrapin.
Bring up Chandler Terrapin. Sophomore hitting .278. First pitch swinging and fouled off, and Jerry Snyder again. The face of poise and grace.
Way too cool over there, man. I love it.
He's been doing it for a long time. Snyder, 29 seasons as the head of the Pacers.
Wow, that's almost 3 decades, Sam Jones.
That is longer than we've been alive.
Not that long. Took the words out of my mouth.
0-1 from Stanford. By the way, folks, just a little bit about us. We're both Georgia College students.
Absolutely, and this is also both our last day of softball.
This is our last day of softball. Oh my gosh, we're both leaving after next year at least.
Yeah, I am done with my master's program here. May 6th. I'm walking. If you want to come see me grab my second diploma, come on by.
I might have to do that. Might have to do that.
There you go, Sam. I can't promise I will come to yours next December.
I mean, I don't even want to come to mine next December.
Right? Yeah. Only reason I go is because my parents are going to be there.
There you go. There you go. It's not about you. It's about them.
Right? Yeah, they helped me get through it, so.
Yeah, you might as well show up for one day for a 3-hour ceremony. 1-2 coming from Stanford. We'll try to keep our Georgia College bias out of this as much as we can. We don't have a horse in this race anymore, though, after our Bobcats went out in flames last night.
Yeah.
5-0 loss to UNC Pembroke, who we'll see later today.
Sure what happened during that game. Sam Jones started off not a great start, 2 home runs in the first, and that kind of set the tone of how the Bobcats were going to play that game against the Braves, and Braves moving on to play North Georgia, 130.
2-2 popped up. The catcher body throws the mask and gloves it. Nice play from the Young Harris backstop.
You gotta love to see the catcher rip the mask off and get active in those short flies. Very cool. Just the whole motion, rip it off, get up underneath it, bang, 2 outs.
Well done, Graves. Body out number 2.
The pitcher number 8, Taylor Morgan.
Pitcher versus pitcher here as Taylor Morgan steps up to the plate. The senior hitting .217. 250 on base percentage, 326 slugging for Taylor. Takes a strike there. Pretty pitch that ran back over the plate from Stanford. That left-handed motion makes the ball run in on righties. And that time it ran back across the plate.
If you're a left-handed pitcher, you can almost punch your ticket of continuing to play your ball anywhere after high school if you have solid enough numbers as that one. Shot up the middle for a base hit.
Good piece of hitting there from Morgan, trying to help herself out. We'll see if Andrea Daring can continue a 2-out rally for the Pacers.
Again, she had that big game against Armstrong, that home run in the 7th. And here we are again, Sam. I mentioned it in the first. Runner on,
number 25, the catcher,
2 outs. Aiken can't capitalize the base runners. Again, it's hard to score with 2 outs already on, hard to advance runners. But it seems like they're having a very hard time early in the tournament here.
Big chance for Daring. Let's see if the batter of USC actually tried to call time, didn't get it. And fortunately for her, pitch was a ball. Tried to step out of the dugout, or the batter's box, excuse me. And Stanford's already in motion. She'll pull. Said, get back in there. 1-0 from Stanford. Fisted it down the left field line, gonna get foul. 1 strike, 1 ball. Andrea Daring. Daring, a senior from Ridgeland, South Carolina.
Yeah, Daring batting .209 in the 9th slot with 15 RBIs and pumped that up to 3 home runs. The Armstrong pitcher yesterday, I want to try and remember the name. Please forgive me if I can't remember.
I think it would have been Tori Bates.
Thank you, Tori Bates.
For Armstrong.
Gave up only her 3rd home run of the season. Is that what's fouled back actually into Coach Jerry.
Takes that one off the feet.
And applause.
And he does not care.
Good cut, good cut. Let's do it again. Let's keep it in play. But yeah, Tori Bates, only 3rd home run of the season. What a worst time to give it up in the 7th inning of the 1st round of the conference tournament.
Daring with the big home run, then we head to the 8th. And a rip to center field. The Armstrong center fielder starts in. The ball sails over ahead. 2 runs come in to score for Aiken. And that sealed the deal. A 5-3 extra innings upset win. And the Pacers were ecstatic. Yeah, after that one.
Absolutely, big upset. Ashley Stair came up on the play, misjudged it in that one, right where she was at, scored right over her head to score those 2 runs, as Sam Jones just mentioned.
What do you think about it? It's about as big a win as you can have in a quarterfinal game.
Absolutely.
With that 8th position in the region rankings for USC Aiken. Like I said a few times already, they probably sealed themselves a spot in the NCAA tournament.
If you win here against Young Harris, you can almost assure
it. You could guarantee it at that point. I would absolutely agree.
You want to say they punched their ticket? This win right here would definitely do the job.
It's a good Young Harris team, though. As recently as a week ago, we're ranked 16th in the country before 2 kind of bizarre losses to West Georgia, who didn't even show up at this tournament. Deuce's wild pitch is fouled off to the left side. Thank you, Justin. Almost missed it.
I couldn't let that one go, Sam. I had to let you bring the first one in.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Speaking about that good Young Harris squad, look who the head coach is there, Sam. Kayla Lucas was a assistant coach of the Bobcats 2014, was the 2014 NCAA Fast Pitch Coaches Association. Excuse me if I just butchered that. Assistant Coach of the Year.
And for good reason. You see the work she's done at Young Harris with the squad. Now with the chance to win the Peach Ball Tournament. This one hit deep to right field. It's carrying up against the wall. It's not caught by Harrison. That will get down. One run comes in for the Pacers as the throw skips off the left. And a triple. Well, what would we call that? Are we saying she should have made the catch? We're going to say error. So Harrison fails to glove it. She was creeping up next to the wall. Couldn't really find her bearings, and the ball skipped away, Justin.
You have to give that one an error. Hit her glove. I think she was worried about making a run into the fence on her play, hitting the wall again, falling down. Hannah Harrison, you got to come up with that play. Error, your team goes down 1-0.
Well, have yourself a tournament. Andrea Daring.
Right?
Another clutch. Well, she got away with one there, but still.
Absolutely.
Put a charge into one. Almost sent it out at the Pure Complex.
That would have been her 4th home run of the season. You got to be impressed with the senior, her last rodeo here. Peach Belt Conference Tournament action, her last time playing softball, as time is called at the plate here. Getting 2 deep shots, back-to-back games to the fence. It's awesome.
Is that the correct pronunciation?
Rodeo.
Okay, gotcha.
Not sure if you knew that. You do now.
You're from Savannah. We'll give you that. This one hit deep to center field. Carucci is under it, though, and that will end the inning. But a Hannah Harrison error allows a run to come in for the Pacers. Aiken strikes first, 1-0 Pacers as we head to the bottom of the second. Aiken strikes first, picks up a run in the top half of the second. And Young Harris playing catch-up. They went 1-2-3 in the first inning. Perucci flew out, Harrison flew out, and then a strikeout looking for Sarah McGill that she was not happy about. Bring up Grace Body.
Hey, Grace Body, one of the freshmen that have worked way into the starting lineup here for Young Harris. 210 on the season, 30 RBIs, 3rd place for the Mountain Lions, and 3 home runs.
1-1 to Body. Strike inside corner, great pitch there from Taylor Morgan. Morgan ahead 1-2. Freshman catcher fouls this one back. Body, former Woodstock Wolverine, up there right outside Atlanta. Made her way over the mountains of Young Harris and has had a solid freshman season. Looks at that one 2-2.
UNC Pembroke Braves starting to work their way into the stands here. watching some of the conference action and potentially one of the tournament finals matchups if they can get past, of course, the #1 ranked North Georgia Nighthawks.
For 1-2, we go to 3-2. As Morgan missed low and in the dirt there. Body swung on, fouled. Down the left field line. We'll stay at 3-2. Young Harris looking to get back into things here after a Hannah Harrison error in right field. Allowed a run to come in to score. This one ripped on the left field line again. Kayla Lucas not faced.
Not at all. I can't say the same. I can't see the Young Harris batters, but if that screen was in there, would have rattled some cages for sure.
We'll try the 3-2 again. Body continues to fight and off. That one made it in the dugout, Justin.
Yep, no, surprise. Here it comes. I guess they're probably already ready for that one after the previous two fouls that went shot that way.
That's when everyone in the dugout starts shifting towards the other end.
Yeah, nose goes sitting towards the opening. Put the freshman over there. Gonna grab some new game balls.
Not sure what the damage was to that particular one, but we got a new set in. And we'll try a 3-2 for the third time. Change up, Folder swung on and missed. The freshman retreats back to the dugout. And Morgan has her second straight strikeout.
A great pitch by Taylor Morgan. The senior has had a sensational tournament so far. Gets the brunt of, if not all, of the Pacers' pitching duties.
That one swung on and missed. Another change up there. Fooled Murphy Davis.
Yeah, Murphy Davis, 282, 35 RBIs, second in the team. Really wanted a piece of that one, big cut. Taylor Morgan had her number.
Morgan misses away there. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. To number 3. Murphy Davis, the sophomore from Laster High School, former Laster Trojan over there in Marietta, Georgia.
So many high schools in that OTP area of Atlanta. It's hard to keep up. I'm glad you know what you're talking about, Sam, being from
absolutely.
South Forsyth?
West Forsyth.
West Forsyth. See, that's what I'm saying.
I'm all around that area and love to keep up with the mascots for some reason. That one misses.
Yeah, that's your thing.
Second straight 3-2 count.
Mount Lion batters are making Morgan work here. Lots of pitches early.
Still looking for their first hit, though. 3-2, fouled off. Of course, all those Metro Atlanta kids making their way over to Young Harris. Over by Blood Mountain, as I learned last night.
What a name. Do you know why it's called Blood Mountain, Sam?
I do not know. Would it have something to do with the Civil War? This one popped up in the center field Monti under it. And a lazy out number 2.
Yeah, way too easy for the Peachville Conference all-second team center fielder.
Five up, 5 down for Taylor Morgan. Sarah Beth Marquis.
Now batting, designated player number 21, Sarah Beth
up
Marquis.
For the Mountain Lions. That one swung on and missed, and Morgan, folks, is dealing.
Are they talking about our Blood Mountain over here?
I think so.
Yeah.
That one hit the gap. It's going to get down. First hit of the day for Young Harris is a single off the bat of Sarah Beth Marquis. Good job of Monti tracking over and taking a good route the ball to keep that one from getting to the wall. It's a long single. There may be some 2-out life for the Mountain Lions.
You'd like to hope so, considering they're down. That was the first hit of the match, but that ball just dropped right over Sarah Timmerman's head. And again, great play by Monti, saving another bag.
Lindsey Tudor up to the plate, the first baseman of the day for Young Harris. 268 hitter on the season, 381 on base. Not a whole lot of pop from Tudor, 339 slugging percentage. Couple doubles, couple home runs for her, 14 RBIs. 1-0 count on her. That one misses low, 2-0. So Tudor ahead in the count. against Taylor Morgan, and she came back over the plate that time. High strike. Make it 2-1. Pitcher Morgan misses away.
Let's go 3-2 shot.
Great eyes by Morgan, checking
Make
that
it
swing
3-1.
down. As we have 3-1 now.
Some confusion in the press box. 3-1 strike, and that high strike going to be there for Taylor Morgan, it looks like. Throwing that pitch twice this at bat and gotten the call.
Another full count here, Sam.
The third of the inning. She's won 2 of these battles so far. How does this one end? Hit to the right side, gloved by the first baseman, Megan Jean Thrower, and it ends with a Young Harris out. So Young Harris gets their first hit of the game, but still not on the board. We head the top of the third. Pacers lead 1-0. Back with you in just a moment on the Peach Belt YouTube Network. Stay with us, folks.
And we are back. Second round Peach Belt Tournament action. Justin Peacock, Sam Jones. We are partners today once again as our last time in the Peter Complex here today.
Gosh, we might be with you for the championship game too as well.
I think it is going to be
if you guys are lucky.
if you behave.
We will turn this broadcast around.
It's going to bring up Julianne Ledoux for the USC Aiken team, the second baseman. Had a bunt previously, popped it right up third base, made a great play for an easy out. Let's see what she does here, leading off in the top of the third inning for the Pacers. Count now 2-2. Great eye from Ledoux. Did not mean to run like that, Sam, but that'll play. As she now is, 1-1, excuse me. I guess that one got called for strike. Scoreboard playing tricks on my eyes once again. That was going to be dished up for a base hit right over the shortstop. Left fielder Tony Perucci is going to come over and hold the runner at first. Great shot from the leadoff batter, Sam.
That one just a 9-iron. She went down and dug that one out of the dirt and floated it out the left center field. Base knock and another good start for Jerry Snyder's Pacers. Already 4 hits on the day.
Absolutely, that 8th seed really is underdog tail so far. Excuse me, 7. You show me 8 fingers with that pinky in the air. 7 seeds, excuse me. Looks like we're gonna get a pinch runner at first though. Stretching out the legs.
Don't have a number for you. The Pacers neglect the front jersey number.
It's gonna be number 17. Taylor Allen, freshman from Belvedere, South Carolina.
Running for the Pacers at first base, number 17, Taylor Allen.
UNC Pembroke heading out all ready to go get some cuts in.
As many as you can.
They're going to need them.
Big game, yeah. Come 1:30.
North Georgia with only 1 conference loss this year, and that was the Bobcats of Georgia College, who were booted last night.
Handled rather quickly by the Braves there last night against the Braves.
That one's going to get away.
Shows bunt, wild pitch, going to advance the runner to second. Chubb, one of 4 seniors in the Aiken starting lineup today. Count for her 1-0 0 outs and a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, trying to get the bunt down there. Might have fooled Grace's body. Lost sight of the ball, I think. It just skipped off her glove.
Shows bunt, can't get it down. It's going to be 1-1 now. Chubb checking in for the call now from Coach Jerry.
Over 700 wins. Wow, by the way,
wow,
for Coach Snyder in 29 seasons at the helm.
Gets a bunt down. Stanford hands it. And that is going to be out number 1, but the runner, number 17, the freshman, Taylor Allen, does advance to third for Megan Jean Thrower now.
Almost pushed it past Stanford. If it had gotten it past her, it might have been an infield double there as no one was covering second base. Would have been interesting to see what had happened.
Thrower steps out of the batter's box as the infield comes in to speak to Darby Stanford, the lefty. We're thinking maybe squeeze.
We'll see what Snyder has planned. Thrower, her last time up there, singled.
Thrower walking back to the batter's box with some swagger. A lot of swagger.
That means the bunt is not coming. You can't really swagger a bunt.
No, you can't. You want to? You're walking up with swagger like that. You're thinking green light.
A little bit of a hair flip too, right before that bat started. She's ready to go.
Stanford goes outside for her first pitch, ball number 1. Stanford saw the swagger too. Tries to get her to chase him.
Was afraid of the swagger.
Yeah.
Fear the swagger.
Yeah, I see what you're up to, and I'm gonna go outside trying to get your reach on one.
Did actually see a bunt the other day though on the YouTube, as the kids call it.
The YouTube. I used to call it the Facebook in my undergraduate courses and all my mass comm courses. I used to get points taken off, but I did it anyways because I thought it was great.
I like it.
Yeah. Amanda Respis, she hated it. She hated it.
But that's a strike inside corner. Saw a girl flip the bat in front of her, then bring it behind her back and got the bunt down.
Oh,
behind her
that's
back.
right. That's right. I did see that yesterday.
So,
I was going to say, I was here all day, didn't see it, but I did see that yesterday.
Somewhere on the YouTube, out there on the internet, interwebs. You can look that up.
Fourth pitch is inside, a little too far inside. 3-1 is the count now.
And that's the kind of information you can only get on the Peach Belt Conference YouTube channel. You're not getting out in the SAC Conference YouTube channel. It's not happening.
That one's fouled off. Count's going to be full now for... So 1 on, 1 out. Again, that's a runner in scoring position on third. Full count for Stanford.
There we're just looking to get one of the outfielder. A lot of space in left center field. Young Harris continue to shade towards the corners defensively.
And looking at that left center field, but that one is going, gone. It's going to be a 2-run homer as Thrower slows down her roll. Actually, we're holding up.
It is a home run. They need to let her keep going.
Unsure of the rules here.
It's a home run, guys. Let's keep rolling around.
Last off will be played. Let's get it going here as she makes the trip around the bags to take the lead now on the mountain lines, 3-0. So there was a lot of space in left center, but she decided she's going to avoid it all and just go ahead and push it out of the park, Sam.
Thrower with home run number 6 RBIs, number 19 and 20. And right now, a glass slipper fitting on the foot of the Pacers. The 7 seed up 3-0 over the 3-seeded Mountain Lions.
Left fielder number 4, Sydney Kate Murphy.
Stanford now a hole early here in the top of the 3rd inning. We'll see if she can come back and recover. Show some thick skin here. You got to have it in the Peach Belt Tournament with so many great at-bats.
Already 5 hits. And just 2 1/3 inning for the Pacers. And now a discussion going on between Snyder and our third base umpire, Mike Bush. Not sure what the issue is.
I'm not sure what it could be. I mean, maybe he's unsure of the rules, but if it goes into that safety netting, that means it's out of the park.
Even if it bounces back on the field, we got a little bit of a green line above the fence there. And there's a net that stands about 3 feet behind it, extends about 25 feet up. And that net is tightly woven.
Funny thing here, Sam, his Megan Jean thrower plays for Coach Schneider.
Right.
Just hit the home run. What is he arguing here? Scored 2 runs.
Definitely don't want to take anything away from yourself here. It seems like you would just...
I'd like a double instead, please.
Yeah, exactly.
We want more at-bats. So Sydney K. Murphy now batting after Megan Jean Thrower's home run.
Someone hands you a winning lottery ticket, Justin, you just take it.
Right.
You don't question it.
Yeah. I'm not giving it back, that's for sure. First pitch for Murphy is ball inside. Murphy takes a cut of that one inside as well, but fouled back down into the box. So 1-1 now, 1 out. No runners on. Murphy wearing a boner hair, a little bit of blue, red, and some glitter action down there.
Wow.
I can see it catching the rays.
Here's your fashion update for the day, folks.
Brought to you by
Absolutely nobody. Oh, Justin Peacock.
Sam Jones.
Okay, cool.
Softball Fashion 101.
I didn't know we sponsored that. I didn't pay money for that.
It's free.
Oh, wow.
Some things, the best price you can't pay is free, Sam. That one's going to be cut to the shortstop, Murphy Davis, and boom, play is made in time for out number 2. Hannah Price now, a freshman. Again, a strong batter for
number 33,
the Pacers.
Hannah Price.
Up to the plate with 2 outs.
Price, her last time up, popped up to the shortstop. Murphy Davis actually made a great running play, a Jeter-esque play.
I like
running
that.
it back towards the left field foul line.
Not the biggest Yankees fan, Sam, as that first pitch is going to cross plate for a strike, but you got to love Jeter.
I completely disagree.
Okay, never mind. We're going to stop there.
Just brought him up.
Derek Jeter's going to go down
The
as
people
one of
seem to know who he is.
shortstops of all time.
Maybe not for good reason. He was never the best player on his own team, Justin. Just think about that.
That is true, but the Yankees had a stacked organization.
That's true. That's true. But can you really credit him that much for leading a team to quotation marks,
wouldn't say
to
leading.
a championship? If your payroll is millions and millions of dollars higher than everybody else.
Sounds like Sam's a cynic over here, but I do understand there's a lot of people that dislike the Yankees.
Think if Derek Jeter played in, let's say, Cincinnati or Arizona, he'd be a good player. Not a lot of people really know who he was.
You heard it from Sam's mouth, not Justin's, as the count now is a 1-2 with 2 outs for Price.
He's probably not even a top 5 Yankee of all time, if we're being honest.
Al Wesson, he's agreeing with him. I guess these guys know a lot more about baseball than myself. Here. I will admit that openly. Bat sports seem to confuse me sometimes. That's an honest opinion there, as that one is going to be fouled off. Count still 1-2, so Price holding on.
That's okay. Pretty much everything else confuses me. So
That came from Sam Jones's mouth, not mine. He said it of his own. I don't know if I agree with him, because he's a rather intelligent young man here from Georgia College.
Shucks.
And he's blushing for the viewers as Stanford gets ready for another pitch. It's going to be high. 2-2-2. Deuces. Wild here. The second one
remix.
in the Peter Complex. Three runs and 5 hits already for the Pacers here.
For the 7th seed,
An
Aiken
underdog
Pacers.
story. That one's ripped foul. Hit the light behind or through the third base dugout and come back onto the field. I'd never seen that before until yesterday, actually. We had one foul up and hit the light right behind the bleachers over here and come back on the field, and I was surprised to there. So first time for everything here at the Peeler Complex Peach Belt Conference Tournament semi-final round. Stanford windup delivers. Price reaches. Second baseman underhands it almost into the dirt, though, by Rachel Benson, but able to be fielded by Lindsay Tudor for out number 3. So we are going to go into the bottom of the 3rd. The Mountain Lions are going to try and put something together here and answer USC Aiken's big 3rd inning. Justin Peacock, Sam Jones, Peach Belt Conference semifinals. We'll be right back. The Mountain Lions are looking to answer to a Pacer lead early here. Second baseman is re-entering the game for Aiken. Had a pinch running situation earlier.
It's Julian Ledoux out there. Justin, by the way, it's the first time the Pacers have been in the semifinals of the Peach Belt Tournament since 2013. Haven't been in the championship game since 2009.
If a 7th seed makes it to the conference championship, Sam, that'll be history in the making, because no 7th seed has ever made it to a Peach Belt Conference championship game. Baseball either? Happens all the time in baseball. Not in softball, as it count now.
Georgia College actually been the beneficiary of that a few times. Been the 8th seed and gone up there and won the whole thing a couple times.
Clay.
There's an 8 and a 7. Yep.
That's going to put the leadoff batter, Tony Perici, strikeout swinging early here to not a great start. He's going to bring up Rachel Benson, number 20, the second baseman, sophomore.
Now batting second baseman, number 20,
our
Rachel
PA
Benson.
guy, Clay Ardeezer, over there has a ring or two to back our statements up that the bottom seeds in baseball get it done.
Doesn't happen often in softball, though. It's usually a top-heavy kind of league and top-heavy kind of experience. In Division II softball, you'll see the 1, 2, 3 seeds pretty much control the entire thing. But right now, the Pacers on their way to a historic win. This team also looking to make the NCAA tournament for, I believe, just the 3rd time in Jerry Snyder's tenure.
Benson checks a swing down to take ball number 1 and count 1 and 2 with 1 out for the second baseman. That was inside. She's going to take a crack at it. It's going to go right to Sarah Timmerman for the second out. So quick 6U unassisted there to put the Mountain Lions in a little bit of danger here.
Jeannie Perucci.
Leadoff hitter Jeannie Perucci, conference selection Elite 15 award winner this year, a junior.
Yeah, Aiken, by the way, last time they were in the NCAA tournament, that's a base hit to the left side. Perucci gets things going with 2 outs. It was 2014. Pacers made it, won a couple games, the first 2 games that ever won.
Wow.
In program history in the NCAA tournament. Looks like they'll get another chance in a few weeks.
Perucci on. Jeannie Perucci, I'll say, because there's another Perucci on the team. Is going to bring up the right fielding sophomore, Hannah Harrison. Taylor Morgan wanted that one, and she gets it. Strike number 1 from Morgan, who has had a very impressive Peach Belt Conference Tournament showcase here, and has continued it here with only 2 outs and no runs scored here. And that one's outside for ball number 1, count 1 and 1. 2 outs, Jeannie Perucci on first, who is, you're not going to see a steal situation here with 2 outs, Sam, I believe, but Jeannie Perucci can't get it done. 16 stolen bases on 17 attempts.
She faked it. Stayed at home, though.
Have yet to see the catcher, Andrea Daring, Tempted with the throw down there, a PO, pick-off situation. That's the count. Now it's going to go 3-1.
Saw Georgia College make a mistake last night with 2 outs, trying to make a snap. They're down to second with a runner on third. It got away, and a couple runs came across to score.
I didn't want to bring it up to not talk about my bias, as that one's fouled back, and I didn't want to bring up bad memories. But that game before the airs may have gotten away from the Bobcats before Najafi's error in that match.
Of course.
Yeah. Count now full.
Harrison looking to make up for that error.
Absolutely.
Back in the second.
Yeah, that shot to right field off her glove, that one's fouled back.
This is the 4th time we've seen a full count from Morgan against a young Harris player. She's won every single one of them so far.
So far, it's still early, and you're getting her to throw a lot of pitches early, so more full counts later, maybe more hits for the Mountain Lions. And she's going to walk. So 2 on now, runner in scoring position. See if the Mountain Lions can't capitalize with 2 on for Sarah McGill, third base senior.
McGill struck out her first time up, struck out looking, was absolutely livid with Jill Poole behind the plate. See if she can channel some of that anger here.
Can I help you? No, just looking.
There you go.
And first pitch shot, going to get past the second baseman into center field. Tina Frucci's going to score. And here's an advance to third base now. So a great at-bat for McGill.
And Sarah Montai just saved a run, an excellent route to the ball. If that gets past her to the wall, it's 2, but she got it in quickly and kept the runner at third. That was an excellent play from Montai. You had to read very quickly where that ball was going to cut it off. Got there in a hurry. A defensive run save for Montai, but young Harris sneaking back in this one, Justin.
Absolutely. Grace Body now at the plate, the freshman catcher. Pops that one up to the third baseman, so it jinxed him, Sam Jones, but they did put a run on the board and shorten that Pacer lead to 2. So we'll be back at the top of the 4th inning with the Pacers up 3-1. Sam Jones, Justin Peacock, we'll be right back. And we're back in action here. Top of the 4th inning, the Pacers looking to build more of a safety blanket against the Mountain Lions, up 3-1, 2 runs scored in the 3rd for USC Aiken. Darby Stanford for the Mountain Lions looking to dial it in as that first pitch is cracked to left field for a base hit. So Chandler Terrapin lead off there, the sophomore. A great shot to left field to get that leadoff batter on base.
No one running in on her. She did a good job of pulling her hands inside, getting the bat through the zone quickly. And smoked one down the left field line. And now Coach Kayla Lucas is going to come out and have a chat with Darby Stanford. Don't see anybody in the Young Harris bullpen.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Stanford had a great game yesterday against Lander, so you don't want to throw her off a rock yet, just in case they advance to play such a tough competitors like UNC Pembroke or, of course, North Georgia. But she's about to face off against another pitcher who've had a great tournament showcase so far, the senior Taylor Morgan up to the plate.
They do try to decide to pull Stanford for whatever reason. There's a pretty big drop-off statistically as far as ERA goes, 4.10, 4.11, and 8.40. The guns in the holster for young Harris. I think you just got to stick with your best at this point.
Well, bunt down, sack bunt. It's going to do the job and advance the runner. So Taylor Morgan did her job, came up, sack bunt, and advanced Chandler Terrapin to second base. 1 out for Andrea Daring, who's had a great Peach Belt Conference tournament at the plate.
Yeah, National League in the Peach Belt there. We had the pitcher come up and drop a sacrifice.
Yeah, wow.
Successfully.
Great job, Taylor Morgan.
Looks fun like baseball fact.
Go ahead, Sam.
The last pitcher to win 30 games, a guy by the name of Denny McClain. He has off-season, off-field issues later on in life, but 30 wins for him. Also led the league in sacrifice bunts that season. So you can help yourself out in a big way by just executing.
Second base for Aiken, number 10,
team player for sure. With all those sack bunts, we're going to get a pinch runner for Morgan. That's going to be number 10, Sarah McGill. So Andrea Daring, who's had a great showcase.
I think that's actually going to be Brielle Jungblatt.
Is that now number 10?
Up there. Over at second base.
Okay, correction. Thank you, Sam Jones.
Sarah McGill still at third base for young Harris.
Oh, I was looking at the wrong one. Wow, excuse me. That's a neck. Ladies and gentlemen, if you know what a neck is, if you say something foolish like that, or a big mistake, you just get a little pat on the neck to remind you, get your facts straight as Daring goes deep left field, but foul. She also had that deep shot to right field.
That was fumbled by Hannah Harrison.
Scored 2 runs.
Up against the wall there.
1 run. Correction again, another neck for Justin Peacock. Sam Jones dishing them out today.
A neck.
You've never heard that before?
I have not.
As a millennial?
As a millennial thing? It's not a northern thing?
No, I actually learned it here.
Really?
In Georgia.
Okay, gotcha. I'm not cool enough. I barely use Facebook. I
don't know if that makes you cool or not. You use a Facebook now, as Daring is behind in the count 0-2 with 1 out. Do you use Twitter, Sam?
I'm a big Twitter person.
See, I'm the exact
Huge Twitter person.
I'm the exact opposite. Facebook has cat videos, and the check down on second. Runner's going to be safe.
Twitter has other people complaining about the Braves, so
okay, there you go.
It's a good place to commiserate with other folks,
to get
as I often do with sports.
Daring now 1-2. Rests that bat on her shoulder. Swings to that one. It's going to go to right field. Hannah Harrison, a chance for redemption and the out.
Runner tagged up, moved up to third, so runner at third with 2 outs now.
It's Brielle Youngblood. For the Pacers, I got my roster right this time. On third base at 2 outs. It's going to bring up top of the order, Sarah Monti.
Now back to the leadoff, center fielder number 13, Sarah Monti.
Monti can get one through here to be RBI number 28 for her. Monti's peripherals are excellent. 407 average, 456 on base, 593 slugging. Definitely a reason she was first team all Peach Belt.
Absolutely. When you're above 400 in your batting average and just about 600 slugging, that's a first team selection, Sam.
So fourth in the conference in average, Justin.
No, go ahead, Sam. I was going to say first pitch ball.
No, there we go.
Well, that's it. All right, here we go.
There we go. That's all I really had to say.
Back to
action. Sarah Monti.
The complex.
Also playing excellent defense today.
She has. Saved some shots over there in center field. So 1-1 for Monti.
2 really good defensive center fielders out there today for both teams. Jeannie Perucci Peach Belt's second teamer is excellent defensively.
That pitch is going to come inside. Strike number 2, excuse me. So 1-2 for Monti. And some of the Bobcats are coming into the stands. Nice to see them coming out and supporting Peach Belt Conference softball, even though they are not playing today.
Be interesting to see where the Bobcats end up in the region rankings.
Monti fouls that one to the Young Harris dugout. Sam, you want to say they make it to the Super Regional, but you wonder where they're going to be placed at in the rankings.
It's going to be a tough road. They're going to be on the lower end of a bracket in the regional. They're going to have to face some really good teams. They'll probably have to face a North Georgia or an Armstrong somewhere along the way to try and get the Super Regional.
So a tough battle ahead for the Bobcats going into more NCAA play. So 1-2 for Monti, battling against Stanford, with a couple fouls. Count now 2-2. Deuces Wild, 2 outs here in the beautiful Milledgeville today.
See if Monti can go right back up the middle with this one here. See where body sets up. It's inside.
Foul left field. That one sounded like a decent hit, but pushed a little too far.
It was hammered.
Oh, yeah.
But Stanford gets Monti a little bit out in front of it. See if they go back inside to Monti or try to switch it up here.
Gets a piece of that one right to Murphy Davis, unable to catch it, but able to make the throw. So out number 3, Young Harris stops the bleeding a little bit here, but they're from the Pacers. USC Aiken still on top, 3-1. Young Harris is looking to answer the call. Going into the bottom of the 4th, we'll be right back. Bottom of the 4th, we're back. Sam Jones, Justin Peacock, shortstop Murphy Davis, who was able to log the last out in the top of the 4th inning, is leading things off for the Mountain Lions.
Davis, first time up, flew out to center field. Sarah Monti, like we said, having a great game defensively.
Taylor Morgan from the circle goes outside on her for ball number 1.
You can be the fastest person in the world, Justin. If you don't take a good route to the ball, then you're not going to be good defensively.
That is the truth.
Some of these players who might be a little slower are taking more efficient routes or just better fielders, and Sarah Monti has the speed and so far today taking excellent pass to the ball.
Well, Sam, slow is smooth and smooth is fast, as the count is now 2-1 for Murphy. You never heard that one before?
I've never heard that
Full
one.
Metal Jacket.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I believe that. I may have butchered the line as that one's popped up foul. Look alive, Connor, as that one goes on top of the first base dugout.
Connor not make the play?
No, you
Gosh.
watched that one. I know, when I'm on top of the dugouts, I'm always trying to get in the play. The crowd cheers you on, too.
They do, they do. They respect the effort.
They respect the effort.
from someone who's usually not coordinated enough to actually be on an athletic field of competition.
Right. Ooh. Strike 3 catches Murphy Davis looking. Can he help you? No, just looking. And she is retired back to the bench.
1 strikeout every inning so far for Taylor Morgan.
Yeah, hitters are only getting a piece of her at .220. So Morgan, great pitcher for the Pacers, is going to bring up Sarah Beth Marquis. She takes first pitch for ball number 1.
Things that we were talking about yesterday with Taylor Morgan that we liked is she kind of eschews the normal fashion standards.
Yeah.
A softball, no ribbon, no bow, nothing on her wrist, nothing really excessive at all.
Just
two braids and
you call them
going right at him. Pigtails, yeah.
That one's popped to left field, and it is going to stray foul.
Right up against the fence.
Yeah, Tony Perucci unable to make a play on the foul. Had some hustle over there. Love to see it, but unable to make a play. So Marquis goes back to the batter's box. Count 1 and 2, and that was a little piece of more softball fashion from Sam Jones and Justin Aiken.
Gosh,
didn't even realize it there. Morgan delivers. Outside and low, ball number 2. 2-2 for Marquis with 1 out. No runners on.
Softball fashion a little bit different from baseball fashion. Usually at baseball, this one's at the left side. They're over in time for out number 2. As we're saying over at baseball, we can usually give a sock update.
Yep.
Whether or not they're wearing high or low socks. You know, it's a personal choice.
No,
we can't really do that here. Everyone's wearing high socks. It's kind of it lessens the broadcast, I think, but that's okay.
Takes a lot away from it.
Because that's what the folks are here for.
So we have another batter up for Young Harris. It's going to be Lindsay Tudor. After a great play from Samantha Chubb, the third baseman for Aiken, moving towards first base. Looked like she was in the air on the throw, so great play there for out number 2. As Tudor takes first pitch, strike number 1. And the second one goes just outside for the lefty.
Lindsay last time up, grounded out to first base to end the second inning. Sarah Beth Marquis got on before that with 2 outs, but Tudor couldn't move her over, and that one absolutely fooled her. Flailing at the ball was Lindsay Tudor.
Big swing for Tudor. Looks like she wanted to get a piece of that one, maybe wanted to check her swing halfway through, and not a good cut at it.
It's not right now.
That one's going to be fouled back over the left field side over here. Tudor now, 1 and 2, 2 outs. Trying to get things going for your Young Harris in a 2-run deficit, and she is going to go down swinging, but the catcher's going to go ahead. That's going to be a strikeout, but also a 2-3 put out in the scorebook for out number 3. So Aiken still holding on to that 2-run lead in the top of the 5th inning. And we will be right back. Justin Peacock with Sam Jones.
Second base number 14.
So Pacers back up to the bat. Julianne Ledoux up for the Pacers in that second batting slot.
Leduc's third time up today. She has popped up and singled, came around to score in the third, and that's going to get down the line, Justin.
Yes, it absolutely is, and it's going to be, gets held up at first. I thought it was going to be a double. That one skirted just over third base. That was Sarah McGill unable to make a play, diving play at it. So a base hit for Ledu.
Ledu not the fleetest of foot. Had a little bit of trouble getting around at first base there.
So Samantha Chubb now,
12, Samantha Chubb.
senior third baseman who had a great play in the last inning defensively at the plate. Ledu's going to get a strong lead. Heads back to first base as Chubb takes pitch number 1 for a strike.
And everything right now for Aiken, Justin, seems to just have an air of confidence about it. After yesterday and after the hot start here, it seems like things have really settled into a comfortable spot for the Pacers.
It looks like we saw some swagger from the first baseman, Megan Jean Thrower, earlier, and that may be the tone, look alive, Connor, for the whole entire team. So Samantha Chubb pops that one foul. 0-2, behind in the count now. Let's see what Darby Stanford decides to throw at her. Goes outside, gonna try and do a pickoff play. Ledu gets back safe, diving back to the bag. So 1-2 now the count. That was cracked to the third baseman. Unable to get a hand on it again, Sarah McGill. So Chubb's going to advance to first. Ledu goes to second. So first 2 hitters get on base here, Sam.
Well, Ledu goes to McGill's right down the line. So McGill takes a couple steps over towards the line, and then all of a sudden Chubb sends one right back to where McGill was standing to begin the inning. Sarah McGill can't catch a break in the hot corner.
No, she cannot. Right back at her twice in a row. It's going to bring up Megan Jean Thrower.
Thrower, big day for her already in the cleanup spot, a single, and then that 2-run home run back in the third over the left field fence. Another big chance here with 2 on and no outs.
Yeah, it was Thrower's 6th home run of the season. And speaking of the player that walked up a swagger and cranked a home run.
It just makes sense.
It just makes sense. So the count now 1-0 for the first baseman. Just outside and high, 2-0 count. Runner in scoring position was 0 out for the Pacers. Pitch is outside again. So batters count.
Stanford yet to walk anybody. Now she has.
And there's her first one. So Thrower takes a bag as she watches the 4th ball across the plate. It's going to bring up Sydney Kate Murphy, the left fielding sophomore for the Pacers.
Sydney Kate Murphy.
Sydney Kate has a chance to blow this one wide open.
Wow.
A single might bring in 2. Anything to the gap. Definitely will.
Yeah, bases loaded here for Darby Stanford, who is in some trouble, allowing 8 hits and 3 runs already in the game.
Kayla Lucas sticking with Stanford as that one's fouled down the line. Still don't see anyone warming up in the Aiken bullpen from our perspective.
Well, as you mentioned earlier, Sam, after Stanford, who comes into the game with a 1.71 ERA, 4.10, 4.11, that's Jeannie Perucci, who can move from center into the circle, and then an 8.40 ERA. So you want to say you stick with your best pitcher.
Right. But Perucci, the second option there, 22 appearances, second most on the team. So she would come in from center if things go off the rails for the Mountain Lions. Look out, Jerry Snyder.
Look out as that one's cranked foul again by Murphy. So behind in the count now, 0-2. Stanford could use a strikeout here. With the bases loaded with 0 outs.
She doesn't want to get one in the zone here. She also doesn't want to sneak one past Grace Body and have the ball get to the backstop.
Tries to get her to chase that two-strike outside ball you see a lot in softball.
Same thing with West Virginia. Everything we did so well at West Virginia.
Murphy knows better, doesn't swing at it, and takes her first ball for this at-bat.
We hear that from everybody in every sport all the time. When I was in the PSAC, we did it like this.
Ooh, the umpires in the crowd sounded like they wanted that strike to be called, but 2-2 is a count. Is that one just outside for Murphy? So Murphy holding on and making Stanford work for this one.
Stanford haven't gotten that call all day. Pool's been consistent. The home plate umpire.
So here comes a pitch. Murphy swings at it, is popped up right to Davis, who adorns the shades we saw her wearing yesterday in the game against Lander for the first out. So base is still loaded though for the Mountain Lions, or for the Pacers.
This would be a magic act as Stanford get out of this one.
It's going to bring up Hannah Price, the freshman. Came into the game 3-0-2 with 22 RBIs. Trying to add on to that two-run lead.
Price 0 for 2 on the day. She's popped up and grounded out to second.
Gets a piece of that one, but it is fouled just past the third base dugout.
We might need to get Jerry Snyder a helmet or body armor or something.
I'm telling you, he's too cool over there.
Too much.
He's too cool over there. It's awesome. Not scathed by a single foul ball. As Murphy now 0-1, or excuse me.
And Price.
Price, 0-1, 1 out, 3 on. That was ripped just foul. Going right for the third baseman again. Sarah
Stanford getting
McGill.
the Pacers out in front here, Justin. She's coming inside on him, and these kind of lazy line drives are being pulled off to the left side.
We saw 2 get past McGill last time. Goes outside, and also that 2-strike outside pitch for 1 and 2.
See if they go outside again. They did last time on 0-2 against Murphy.
Ooh. Inside again, is that one I believe went inside the third base dugout. Lots of oohs and ahs from the fans here. Holding on 1 and 2 still.
That went almost over towards Willie Ledesma, our photographer. And if anyone deserves some bad luck right now, it's Willie Ledesma.
Willie Ledesma was the winner of the 50-inch television raffle yesterday that Sam Jones and I were also involved in, and we're not sour at all about not being our number selected.
Wow.
As she looks at strike number 3. So Darby Stanford is battling through these loaded bases, and Chandler Terrapin up now for the Pacers.
That was high and inside. That high strike's been there all day, though, for Jill Poole. That one was real tight. But Stanford catches a break, and all of a sudden has some light at the end of a very dark tunnel.
Well, she's got to get past Chandler Terrapin as time is called. Terrapin had a first pitch hit her last at-bat for a single.
1 for 2 on the day. Pops up to Grace Body. Her first time up.
So we'll see what Terrapin can do here. Bases loaded with 2 outs. Swings at that first pitch too, and that is a deep ball left field going home run. That's going to be a grand slam. It is an inbound as everyone is going to take the trip around the bag. That is going to pump the lead up to 7-1. Terrapin, that first pitch again as she stomps at home plate to be welcomed by her teammates.
You could not get any closer to hitting a foul ball than what Terrapin just did. If you drew a straight up line from the edge of the foul pole, it would have crossed it. And Kayla Lucas is furious.
Yeah, she's getting thrown back, or not thrown in, getting forced back to the dugout by our field umpire. So that one looked foul from back here, Sam, but the guy on the third base
From
line.
my perspective, right here, I would say that crossed over where you would have drawn a straight up line from the pole. I thought it snuck over the pole, and of course our third base umpire, Mike Bush, was right down the line. He was right on it. Had a better angle than any of us.
He calls it fair. I mean, that's what matters in this game, is what the blue calls, not what everyone else is thinking. Kayla Lucas wants that one again. Was as close to foul as you could get.
Yep.
So after Chandler Terrapin's homer,
wow.
Taylor Morgan, the pitcher, is going to be at bat.
But of course it stays fair. Everything going right for the Pacers. And they might just be cruising to a Peach Belt Conference Tournament Championship matchup.
So Morgan grounded Murphy Davis, who was able to make the throw in time. Close call as that one bounced up and caught her in the chest, but in front of the ball makes the out, number 3. So after a grand slam by Chandler Terrapin, the Pacers are up 7-1 on the Young Harris Mountain Lions. The Mountain Lions are going to be batting now in the bottom of the 5th. We will be right back. And we're back in the bottom of the 5th Peach Belt Conference Tournament semifinal round here on this beautiful Saturday. We're going to get a pinch hitter to start things off for the Mountain Lions. It's going to be number 11. Thank you, Sam Jones, a junior from Kennesaw.
269 hitter is Stewksbury in a big spot here.
The Mountain Lions have to do something. You're down 6 after a large grand slam from Chandler Terrapin on Aiken. Wouldn't be surprised to see Kayla Lucas over their head coach start to move some things around.
Former Kennesaw Mountain Mustang takes a strike.
Did not know they were the Mustangs. My buddy went to Kennesaw Mountain, and I thought they were like the Owls or something. Okay.
Kennesaw State University is the Owls.
There's
your confusion.
So Taylor Morgan dishes up 2 strikes early to Stewksbury. Morgan again has been sensational from the circle for the Pacers. That was going to be hit to the shortstop, Timmerman, who fields it beautifully right to the first baseman for out number 1. Megan Jean Thrower fields it fantastic. So with 1 out, second baseman up to the plate, number 20, Rachel Benson, at the bottom of the order for Young Harris.
Benson lined out to the shortstop last time up, and after this, Young Harris will be seeing Taylor Morgan for the 3rd time. A lot of times you'll see the 3rd time through the lineup.
Yeah,
you'll see things pick up a little bit for the batters.
Absolutely, but not the case here, as before this ball here, there'd been 4 strikes in a row for Taylor Morgan. Strike number 2 as Rachel Benson swinging. 1-2 is a count. Now 1 out. And that is going to be another strike out for Morgan. That one is inside. And Rachel Benson just looking at it. Goes back to the bench. So Young Harris in a 2-out hole now with no one on for the leadoff hitter, Jeannie Perucci. Now here we are, Sam.
Striking
Number 23, Jeannie
of the day
Perucci.
for
Watch
Morgan.
her feet, Jeannie Perucci, as they start outside the box. As she slap hits, they come in, but it's that front foot that I was worried about. As if she was taking a swing at that one, it would have been outside of the box. Count for the center fielder. 1-0. Slaps that one up over the third base dugout, foul. Over the Bobcats over there watching from the third base dugout. Hosting the tournament this year.
It's interesting to see her take such a circuitous route at the ball. She heads towards third base before moving back towards first.
That one slapped to center. Montai scoops up, holds the runner at first.
Perucci 2 for 3 now on the day. Last time we saw the top of the order for Young Harris. 1, 2, 3, each got singles.
Number 8, Hannah Harrison.
Run finally came around. First one of the day for Young Harris. Can they do the same with 2 outs here?
They'd like to hope so. Hannah Harrison, the sophomore, batting now, right fielder. In the front of that batter's box as well. Takes the first pitch, ball number 1. Takes a cut of that one. Foul ball, right side. Some Young Harris baseball players here to cheer on the Mountain Lions as they're down by 6 runs in the bottom of the 5th. The baseball team is here in Milledgeville playing at John Kurtz Field this weekend in a 3-game series.
Lost last night, the Bobcats. I think that was a 10-9 final score in favor of Georgia College.
Count for Harrison, 1-2. As the clouds come over the Peeler complex, offering some shade. Swings at that one. It's going to go over the shortstop's head to left center for a base hit. Perucci's going to take third. Going to come in as that one rolls to the fence and score a run in diving fashion as that one's over the third baseman's head, and
look at this.
Harrison's going to advance.
Hannah Harrison making up for her error back in the second. Smokes one to the gap. She'll advance on the error on the throw to third base, but a double for Harrison brings in Perucci. And again, the top of the order doing the brunt of the work for Young Harris. And now Sarah McGill has a chance to add her second RBI of the day if she can get one through the infield here.
I'm sure the RBI leader for the Mountain Lions would love to shorten it now. We're at a 5-run lead, shorten it to a 4-run lead for Young Harris. We'll see what Taylor Morgan does. And dishes one up, and that's going to be right to Sarah Montai to retire the inning. And so Young Harris able to plate a run, but one run isn't going to do it for him here, Sam, going into the 6th. The Pacers are on top, 7-2. We'll be right back with more Peach Belt Conference Tournament action.
Back with you here at the Peeler Complex as the song 3 a.m. plays over the sound system. The Young Harris Mountain Lions realize it's getting late.
Yes.
It's getting real late in this one. A 7-2 lead for the Pacers. And Andrea Daring will start things off for Aiken in the top of the 6th. She's reached once today. She's 0 for 1. The reach was on an error by Hannah Harrison out in right field that actually brought in the first run of the day for Aiken. This one popped up. Left field charging in is nobody. That one finds the grass, throw to second, not in time. So Andrea Daring finding all sorts of creative ways to reach. As the substitution, Stooksbury had trouble with that one in left field. Of course, Murphy Davis trekking out there from the shortstop position. And it finds some grass, and now we're going to have a substitution again. As Stooksbury comes in and immediately botches one with her co-conspirator there, Murphy Davis. Tony Perucci back in to left field, and a pinch runner in for the Pacers. It's number 23. We don't have a number, or we don't have a name for number 23. Not quite sure who it is out there.
Left fielder, 25.
Trying to see the roster over here, but Al can't get by Al Weston. Bad communication from the left field and the shortstop. Stooksbury pulled immediately afterwards. You got to talk there in the outfield with a high fly ball like that.
23, Samantha Pica.
So that's Samantha Pica is going to be the pinch runner.
All right, well, there we go. Sorted that out. Meanwhile, Young Harris trying to sort themselves out here as they have played not up to their standards, I'm sure they would say. Pacers with 7 runs on 10 hits and an error. Young Harris 2 runs on 5 hits. They've also been helped out by a Pacer error, but now we're back at the top of the lineup. Sarah Monti up to the plate. She's 1 for 3 so far today. Got a single back in the first. Did not come around to score, but has a runner in scoring position now with no outs up on the board. That one came high and tight. Stanford misses 1-0 to Monti. On the way from Stanford. Just missed the outside corner. Stanford has not gotten that call all day. It's really hurt her too. You can tell a big part of her game plan has been go after that outside corner, and Jill Poole has kept a tight zone. Tight and high zone for Jill Poole. And it has not been conducive to Darby Stanford's best efforts as that one smoked down the line. It's going to get foul. Monti, the senior from Summerville, South Carolina, Summerville High School, looking to add an extra run as her team continues a Cinderella effort in the Peach Belt Tournament. Again, no 7 seed has ever reached the tournament championship game.
Looks like that may be overturned today, Sam, if the slate stays the way it is.
That one found the outside corner for Stanford. She's worked back from 2-0 to 2-2. Aiken looking to their senior for a big hit here. Stanford has the sign. Delivers. Popped up right side. It's going to be in between a couple folks. I lost it, and it's caught. Runner will tag up, and a good throw almost got the pinch runner going from second to third, but a good slide gets the job done. So a sacrifice in essence.
A good piece of base running from Samantha Pica there to advance on that. I guess sacrifice foul fly from Monti.
We lost it. We lose sight of the ball once it gets behind the first base dugout over there. So I'm assuming it was a good running catch from Anna Harrison, who's had a good game after an early mistake. Runner does move up to third with 1 out. So now something in the outfield from Ladue will score Samantha Pica. Stanford do a good start against Ladue though. 1 count. Ladue having a good day. 2 for 3. Couple singles to her name. Come around to score both times.
Did
Check
not
down
go.
The first, didn't go.
I thought she may have, Sam. call that swing, it's got to break from the elbows, correct, as it comes off the shoulder.
That was not the case with that one. A 1-1 count. Stanford misses away. Snap throw down to third. That was dangerous. The runner looked like she had no intention of moving more than a couple steps away from the bag. I understand you want to try to get a cheap out, but you can also hurt yourself in a big way.
She looks cozy over there with one out on third base.
Cozy.
Yeah.
Darby Stanford delivers 2-1. Gets the strike call. That'll make her a little cozier in the circle. 2-2 count. Ledoux looking for her third hit of the day. If she gets it's a big one. Stanford nods her head. 2-2. Swung on, fouled back. Had her fooled, but the ball catches a glimmer of the bat there. A sliver of it.
It fell back right into Grace Body's face mask and into the backstop.
The junior from Middleburg, Florida, waits for the 2-2. Missed just high. That call's been coming all night.
Kayla Lucas over there looks furious once again and heated coming out of the dugout. A little bit of uproar.
We saw her come out of the dugout and be furious after the grand slam just an inning ago. And now she pokes her head out again. 3-2 on the way from Stanford. Fouled off and kick save again from Jerry Snyder. Also got a little help from Mike Bush. A couple kick saves and beauties. We'll try the 3-2 one more time. Walk not the worst thing here. Would set up a double play. 3-2. Hit left side, snagged, and the tag not applied in time at third base. Murphy Davis heads up play and almost caught the runner off the bag at third.
Number third baseman, number 12,
Samantha Pica did a nice job of tracking back to the bag. Good effort from Davis. Is a big second out. Darby Stanford trying to keep that young Harris Mountain a little lower. Stanford delivers, misses high to Samantha Chubb. Chubb last time up singled and came around to score on the Terrapin home run on grand salami from Terrapin. 1-0 strike. High outside corner has been there all day for Jill Pool's strike zone. Pica still stuck on third, 1-1 with 2 outs. Stanford trying to keep it at 7-2. That one fought off. Big 2-strike pitch on the way. Corners creeping in a little bit for young Harris here, especially over at first base. Outfield straight up. Chubb, the RBI leader on this Aiken team. 42 coming in today. Strike 3 called, outside corner. Great pitch from Stanford. And after a single from Daring, the Pacers go quietly, and we head to the bottom of the 6th. Young Harris with a 5-run hill to climb. Back in just a moment on the Peach Belt YouTube network. Stay with us, folks. 7-2 the score at the Peeler Complex. Sam Jones here with Justin Peacock, the Peacock, on the Peach Belt YouTube Network. Young Harris looking to get a rally started in the 6th, and Kayla Lucas continues to have a discussion with Jill Poole. Not sure quite what the issue is. It's number 16, Grace Body, to lead things off for the Mountain Lions. As far as I know, unless Coach Lucas is going to make a change, she continues to stand outside the home dugout over there. And finally heads back to her normal spot at third base, and that's a strike to Body. How good has Taylor Morgan been today?
Unreal, Sam. Very little damage. 5 hits, 2 runs. Has looked very sharp. And I want to say she's been that solid rock for the Aiken defense the whole entire tournament.
6 strikeouts on the day. Well, it's been an excellent performance so far for Taylor Morgan. Excellent tournament for her. Kept Armstrong quiet yesterday, only gave up 3 runs there. Got the win, and now she's shutting down Young Harris.
An Armstrong team who was very good, made to the semifinals last year, ended up falling to the Bobcats. That
one hit up the middle here, Justin. That's going to float out for a single. So a good start in the 6th for the Mountain Lions.
As I was saying, that Armstrong team who is very good can get it done at the bats. We know when they came here, you and I were broadcasting on the game a little bit there. We were able to send some over the fence, but Taylor Morgan again silenced the Pirates, shipwrecked the Pirates.
For 4, 5, and 6. Good job.
You.
For 4, 5, and 6 for Young Harris. That's only the 2nd hit of the day after the Body single. Murphy Davis is 0 for 2. Sarah Beth Marquis is 1 for 2. Need the middle of the lineup in a big way here. 2-0 now to Davis. Ahead in the count. And takes a strike there, 2-1. Young Harris needs base runners in the worst way.
I'll tell you when the game.
Can't hit a 5-run home run, Justin. You just got to get runners on.
You can't. You put runners on, you move them around the bag, some sack bunt plays in and out of your batting lineup just to advance some runners. But the Mountain Lions struggling to put runners on here with only 6 hits today.
I would say a sack bunt at this point, though, would be detrimental to your cause. Don't want to give up any free outs. Just got to keep raking as much as you can. 2-2 fouled back. And that's what we've seen all day from Taylor Morgan. Is getting down in counts. Even the rare occasion when she does get down in the count, she's been able to work it back and win the battles at 2-2, 3-2, and the like.
Well, we mentioned it earlier.
This one hit to center field. Tracking back is Monte, and another good route to the ball.
No problem for Monte.
I'd imagine if we kept defensive metric stats, and the Peach Belt Monte would be near the top and run saved. Covers a lot of ground, and like we talked about, is really efficient in her routes to the ball. Bring up Sarah Beth Marquis. She's 1 for 2 on the day. Single back in the 2nd, grounded out. The 3rd, the next time up, takes a strike there.
As we were saying earlier, Taylor Morgan was getting behind early in the count against Harris, and we said keep an eye on it for later in the game, see if it gave her any trouble. And no sweat, no problem for Taylor Morgan, who seems to get things done even at that full count. No wear and tear yet from the senior.
Marquis, the senior from Navarre, Florida, went to Navarre High School. Pops this one up. It's going to get out of play.
North Georgia fans starting to pile into the Peeler Complex. Their game is slated for 1:30, maybe push back a little bit depending on the total run time of this game.
1-2 dribbled left side, out of play. Try the 1-2 again. North Georgia versus UNC Pembroke. Braves took out the Bobcats last night. North Georgia no hit Francis Marion. A great matchup coming up in just a few moments. This one fouled back, out of play, and a good at bat from Sarah Beth Marquis. Body got on with a single, and Davis flew out to center. Marquis grounds this one, could be 2. 1 at 2nd, Throw to first will not be in time, but they cut down the lead runner. No twin killing for the Pacers.
Yeah, Marquis reaches on that fielder's choice play there. You love to see double plays in softball because it means they're really moving, but more rare in baseball, that ball doesn't move quite as fast when it's ripped into the field.
Brings up Lindsey Tudor. That runner still stuck on first. Exchange Sarah Beth Marquis for Murphy Davis on the base pass. Swung on and missed from Tudor. Big cut from her there. Taylor Morgan continues to fool the Mountain Lions. If they can't get one across here, they'll need at least 5 in the 7th. This one popped up right side. It might find grass. It does, right there in no man's land. And runners at the corners with 2 outs now for Young Harris. And Young Harris, I think if they go home empty-handed here, it might spell doom for them if they can pull one back.
5 runs
might have a chance.
Is asking a lot of any team.
Asking a lot. Need at least 1 here, I would imagine.
Kayla Lucas coming in. Looks like we're going to get a pinch hitting situation.
I'd imagine it'd be Stooksbury again, coming in for Tony Perucci.
We'll see as a player goes to come out of the dugout.
Waiting on a number. It's going to be number 5. Georgia Webb, the sophomore. Webb, a sophomore from Habersham, Georgia, went to Habersham Central High School. And Coach Kayla Lucas giving a quick pep talk to her sophomore. Webb, 2.62 hitter on the year. Does have a couple of home runs, does have 6 doubles. Started 33 games for the Mountain Lions, didn't get the start today, but now has a big chance. And a substitute role. First pitch is a strike right down at the middle. Webb not looking to ambush there.
That last pitch from Taylor Morgan was the 100th of the game on how many strikes? 71 strikes, so really dishing it up there. Strike number 2 is Webb takes a swing and misses.
Something to keep in mind is this is basically a doubleheader for whoever wins this game. They take a little bit of time off for the North Georgia Pembroke game, but the championship game later today. We'll see if that affects Taylor Morgan if the Pacers continue to go on and win. 1-2 count to Georgia Webb. One, two. Just missed high. Some groans from the Pacers fans.
A great eye, Georgia Webb there behind in the count. Deuces wild, Peeler Complex. Georgia Webb does have the starts, does have the at-bats to get a hit here. And, of course, you got to try something as Coach Kayla Lucas, as Webb holds on and fouls that one back. Yeah, is right.
Tough pitch there, handled well by Webb to stay alive. We'll stay at 2-2. Webb from the left side faces the righty Morgan. That one misses away. Full count. Wouldn't you know it? It's about the 6th time we've seen that today from Taylor Morgan against the Young Harris hitters, and she's won just about every single one of those battles. This is the biggest. 3-2. Center field. Monte coming on. It's going to get down. Run comes in for Young Harris. Runners at first and second, and a clutch piece of hitting from Georgia Webb. It just threw the bat out there and floated one to center field.
Floated. Perfect adjective there, Sam. That died up. Shortstop unable to play, a little too shallow for Monte to come up and make a play on the ball. So great substitution there from Coach Kayla Lucas, put another run on the board.
So things become a little easier as Benson checks her swing and fouls this one off. Benson gets on. We're back at the top of the lineup. She doesn't. The top of the lineup will be in place for Young Harris in the bottom of the 7th. That one misses away. 1-1 the count. Benson so far today 0 for 2. She struck out and lined out. Maybe she's due. The 1-1 swung on and missed. Changeup. Had her well out in front. 1-2 count yet again. Young Harris was able to win that fight. The last at bat, they aren't going to win it this time. Strikeout for Taylor Morgan, her 7th of the day. Young Harris pulls one back, though. We make it 7-3 as we go into the top of the 7th. Aiken looking at a couple insurance run in just a few moments when we're back on the PBC YouTube network. Megan Jean Thrower kicks off the top of the 7th for Aiken. Thrower already with a huge day. Single back in the first inning, a 2-run home run in the 3rd. Then reached base and came around to score back into the 5th. Stanford misses outside there. Georgia Webb takes over in left field, by the way. Misses away to Thrower. Stanford wants no part of it right now. Ready, 2-0. Stanford misses. Thrower walked her last time up. Look for another one here. She never took the bat off her shoulder. Free pass for Megan Jean Thrower. And that'll bring up Murphy. Murphy looking for her first hit of the day. A pop out, a ground out to short, and a pop out to short. For Sydney Kate Murphy so far on the day. Aiken, 3 outs away from being the first 7 seed to ever advance to the Peach Belt Conference Tournament Championship game. And we're going to have a quick substitution, I think. I imagine Thrower will exit the base pass. We'll see who comes in to run for the Pacers.
It's going to be number 1, Leah Bogosian, for the Aiken pinch runner, the lefty freshman.
Number 1, Leah Bogosian.
Bogosian, freshman from Pawleys Island, South Carolina.
Aiken right in the middle of their lineup. I'm sure they'd love to put a couple more safety blanket runs on the board here, but again, as Sam Jones mentioned, just 3 outs away from moving on to the championship and making history.
Won't be easy, though, when we get back to the Young Harris lineup. It'll be right at the top of the order. You have those 4 or 3 second-teamers there, and that's a bunt that was foul. Still made the throw anyways. Confused me for a second. Everyone retreats back to their battle stations.
Battle stations, I like that.
Thank you.
Yep.
Appreciate that.
Gold star.
I do this for your approval. So 1-1. after the foul bunt. 7 runs on 10 hits for the Pacers. Bunt attempt again, fouled back. That one was in the dirt. Murphy had to practically touch her toes to get down to that one. One, two on the way from Stanford. The lefty been hit pretty hard today. 1-2 missed just outside 2-2. She gave up 1 run in the second. A pair on the Megan Jean thrower. Home run in the third, and then a grand slam from Chandler Terrapin in the 5th inning. Two. Hit deep to left field, and the 3rd home run of the day for the Pacers belongs to Sydney Kate Murphy. The walk to thrower does not pay off. They went after Murphy, and her first hit of the day is a huge one. An absolute blast to left center field. Puts 2 more up on the board, make it 9-3 Pacers.
Murphy just adding insult to injury with that shot on the Young Harris effort here. Man, deep shot. That may have been one of the longest home runs I've seen this weekend, Sam. That one would have carried into the Wellness Center if that safety blanket hadn't been there. Watch out, traffic.
I think it actually made it over that net behind there. That's the 2nd home run we've seen from the Pacers do that. Andrea Daring smashed one over the net yesterday.
Now batting for the Pacers, number 33, Hannah Price.
And Hannah Price will come up at the plate, looking to continue. Already 2-run inning for the Pacers, no outs on the board. Darby Stanford gives up her 3rd home run of the day. That was all Peach Belt's 2nd team member, Darby Stanford, by the way, has absolutely been rocked by the Cinderella Pacers.
So giving up her 8th and 9th home run today, Sam.
This one popped up to the left side. McGill can't get there in time.
I thought she was going to dive into that pole, Sam. I jumped back, very startled. Foul, nice effort on the play there, but thank God she didn't dive into the pole.
Price so far on the day is 0 for 3, but so was Murphy until just a few moments ago. One foul. Look out, Jerry Snyder.
Yikes. That thing was on a rope straight towards the third base dugout with a vendetta. Duck and cover over there. Jeez.
The unflappable Jerry Snyder. Over 700 wins in his career in 29 seasons as the Pacers head coach. On track to make, I believe, his 2nd PBC Tournament championship. This one back up the middle. And the hit parade continues for the Pacers. 12th hit of the day. Darby Stanford looks gassed, folks.
She does, and still no one warming up in the bullpen over there. I do see some North Georgia players getting some throws, but no one in the black and purple. But we are going to see a change here from Coach Kayla Lucas.
It'll be a new pitcher.
Yep.
If it's not Perucci, I imagine it'd be Mary Catherine Smith. It is. So Mary Catherine Smith takes over in the circle. We'll take a quick break and come back to you. I'll tell you about Mary Catherine in just a few moments. 9-3 Pacers lead. Back in a few seconds on the Peach Belt YouTube Network. ERA. That is gone up, to say the least. 9 runs on the board for Aiken. All of them but one earned and credited to Darby Stanford. Mary Catherine Smith takes over a 4.10 ERA, 2-3 record in 11 appearances for her. 29 innings of work and just looking to do some damage control. Still no outs in the inning. Runner on first. Need I remind you, for the Pacers, already 2 runs on the board after a home run from Sydney Kate Murphy.
Chandler Terrapin, number 11. Smith just trying to cauterize a wound here and get out of this inning. Already down 9-6. Stop the bleeding for the Mountain Lions.
2-0 to Terrapin is a strike. Terrapin, of course, the big grand slam that practically set on top of the foul pole back in the 5th inning. 2-1, misses outside. Smith struggling to find the zone in her first batter of the day.
Yeah, somebody asked us, like, what am I sure they're going to do if I give them our website?
Asking you, like,
Yeah.
3-1.
But I said,
Strike. The high strike once again there from Jill Poole.
It's been there all day.
Poole's been consistent back there.
That's all you ask for from your umpires. Consistently make the same calls.
Especially on championship day.
Call it both ways.
3-2 from Smith. Popped up, coming in, and going out was the shortstop there. Nice play, Murphy Davis.
Yeah, much better communication between her and Tony Perucci previously before she was out with Stooksbury over there when they had the breakdown in communication to allow a run to score.
I thought she calls off Georgia Webb, who took over out there in left field and first out of the inning. Now Taylor Morgan up to the plate. Who's done a great job of reining in young Harris. Of course, it's been easy with the cushion she's been supplied. 6-run advantage for the Pacers. Morgan reached base back in the 2nd inning, then a sacrifice and a ground out shortstop the next time up. The senior from Chapin, South Carolina. I think I'm saying that right.
Chaplin?
Chapin. No L, no L.
Then you are saying it right in my book.
That's the only book that counts. 2-1 is out and misses outside. Only 3 players on this Aiken team that aren't from South Carolina. Make it 4, actually, as I see North Carolina sneak in there.
The other Carolina. There's only 2.
There's only 2, fair enough. I'll give you that one. 2-2. On the way from Mary Catherine Smith. That one fouled off. Good fight here from Morgan.
Not sure where that fouled off to.
Might have caught her a little bit.
Maybe it looks like she's either pulled a muscle on that big cut or she caught one in the hip, kidney area. Catcher Grace's body has to step out as well.
So, Coach Snyder will check on Morgan. Give her a chance to unwind a little bit. I'd hate to lose her. Not a huge drop off after Morgan. You got Hannah Price and Lindy Dorgan, 2.52 and 2.63 ERA. And Chandler Terrapin behind them with the 2nd most appearances, 3.75 ERA for her. But don't want to lose Morgan. I would hope that she'd be able to go in the championship game if the Pacers make it. Now misses away. Full count. 3-2. Hit deep to left field, and Morgan, have yourself a day.
Wow.
Taylor Morgan on the fast track to being tournament MVP at this point. Adds a bomb to the list of her accomplishments today. Make it 11-3 Pacers, the 4th home run of the day for USC Aiken.
I tell you what, the way the Pacers have been playing in this tournament, offensively and defensively, between that UNC Pembroke and the North Georgia game, they're going to be a contender for whoever they're playing against in a bottom seed here in the Peach Bowl Conference Tournament. Great play.
Not close to midnight yet for the Cinderella Pacers.
No way.
As they continue to just rake.
Home runs on the menu.
Taylor Morgan says, I'll have what she's having.
Absolutely.
And what she's having. And what she's having.
Right.
Here, Catherine Smith has this one. Diving play. Rachel Benson, hello.
I have to say, that's probably the best catch I've seen of the tournament.
Ooh, I would have to give that one to
that play over
Cox
left.
out
Yeah,
there in
that's
left
right.
field last night from UNC Pembroke. We'll see her the next game. That one was up there from Rachel Benson, though.
Absolutely. That play over left from UNC Pembroke was an ESPN play. Send that footage off. Top 10.
Game saver, too. Would have brought the Bobcats back in that one, I think.
Yes, it would have been 3-1 at that point.
So 2 outs for Smith. Base is cleared after Taylor Morgan. Back to the top of the lineup, though, Sarah Monti. Up to the plate. Takes a strike there. Taylor Morgan 2 for 3 on the day. A single, a 2-run home run, and oh, by the way, she's only allowed 3 runs to the 3 seed Young Harris Mountain Lions. 1-1. Misses away. 2-1. Now to Monti. Reached base back in the first. Was unsuccessful the next 3 times. 2-1 count to her. Hit to the left side. That's going to be a long throw. It's going to get through everybody. Even if she had gotten to it, I don't think Murphy Davis would have been able to throw out the speedy Monti. We're going to give her a hit. The 14th of the day for the Pacers.
Right between the legs of Murphy Davis to put that count up to 14, just a hit rally here.
Second baseman, number 14, Julianne Leduc.
An 8-run advantage. Of course, we're in the final inning. No mercy rule will be invoked. That one hit to left center, make it 15. Runner thinks about going first, third. Monti holds up at second. And the Pacers continue to demolish Young Harris pitching right now. Things going from bad to worse for the Mountain Lions. Mountain Lions have fallen off a cliff.
They certainly have. The Pacers have managed to cage the beast here that we saw when they played Lander. And have kept it that way the entire game, up 11-3 now.
Kind of a rough end of the season here for Young Harris. 2 bad losses to West Georgia, who again didn't even make it to the Peach Belt Tournament. They, of course, beat Lander yesterday, but now getting smoked by the Pacers. And of course, they were the 6th seed in the region coming in to this game. Be interesting to see if they continue to fall down that ladder. Pfeiffer and Wingate at the 9 to 10 spots. They're playing in their conference tournaments later next week, so we won't quite know the full scale of everything until next week, when teams will find out whether or not they've made the NCAA tournament. But Young Harris could see themselves drop down to maybe even an 8th spot, maybe even out of the tournament, which would be just utter disappointment for a squad that's played really well all season. Dose is wild, by the way, at the Peeler Complex. I like how sports information director of Georgia College Al Weston thinks we're going to miss those.
Yeah, could you feel that?
Because it never
glare?
happens.
Oh,
That one
look alive,
fouled off.
Connor.
Samantha Chubb. 1 for 3 today. And a sacrifice bunt back in the third. Reached on a single in the fifth. 2-2 misses away, full count. Smith frustrated with herself. No, she missed her spot.
Yeah, Smith had Chubb up on 2 strikes early, and Chubb was able to hold on now to force the count full.
Both Pacers can be on their horse here. And that one swung on and missed. Bad swing from Chubb. Is frustrated with herself, but who cares if you're a Pacer fan? 11-3. 4 runs go up in the inning. 2 home runs. One off the bat of Taylor Morgan. The other off the bat of Sydney Kate Murphy. Incredible game from USC Aiken. Young Harris got an 8-run mountain to climb. Let's see if the Mountain Lions can do it when we come back in just a moment on the Peach Belt YouTube network. Stay with us, folks. Top of the order due up for Young Harris, down 8. Yeah, you heard that right, 8. The 7 seed USC Aiken taking it to the 3 seed at Young Harris Mountain Lions, but Jeannie Perucci will look to get things started as Taylor Morgan continues to be the story of the Peach Belt tournament along with this USC Aiken Pacer team. This one floated out, and that'll get down. Perucci with another base knock. She's tossed a couple out there into greener pastures and has been able to find herself with a couple of base hits late in this game.
Right fielder number 8, Hannah Harrison.
She's come around to score both times she's been on. See if the third time continues to be the same old song and dance for them.
8 runs is a tall mountain to climb here for the Young Harris Mountain Lions.
Strike there to Hannah Harrison. Harrison on the day. It's reached on a walk and doubled back in the 5th. Strike from Morgan. Just dropped that one in there.
What a pitch.
0-2 very quickly on Hannah Harrison. 0-2, fouled off.
That front foot dangerously close to the front of the batter's box, stepping up while she takes that swing.
Aiken 11 runs on 15 hits. Young Harris 3 runs on 9 hits. The hits have been there. The power is not. 4 home runs for Aiken. And that one's going to get all the way to the backstop.
Wild pitch. Yeah, Taylor Morgan. First time we've seen her have any kind of hiccup in this match.
Yeah. She gives a little bit of a smile, taps her chest. It's my bad.
Yeah, that's me. But I've been making up for it, so get off my case.
Runner in scoring position. Comes around to score. We'll cut it down to 7. Morgan delivers. Misses. So from 0-2 to 2-2. As the ballet continues between Morgan and Harrison. 2-2 swung on and missed. Foul tip gloved by the catcher. And there's the first out of the inning. Aiken 2 outs away from a historic win in Milledgeville.
How about third baseman number 10, Sarah McGill?
Sarah McGill up to the plate. Looks at ball one. McGill from all the way. From Lakewood, California. Played 4 years at Young Harris. He's had an excellent career. First team All-Peach Belt last season, second team this season.
Protocol is 25 minutes. There's home team defense while they're doing field maintenance.
2-0.
Submitted at 20 minutes, 17 minutes.
That one is a strike.
The redrag, umpire meeting, protocol is all outlined in the championship. 25 minutes. That includes,
Of course, second semifinal coming up right after this one. Hope you'll stay with us on the Peach Belt YouTube network. I think Chad Haney, the North Georgia SID, and our very own Clay Ardeezer will jump on that broadcast.
Where are you going?
Wherever they want me to.
That's where I'm going too.
Interesting.
I think I'm going to the PA.
I think we might let Chad jump in on the broadcast instead of North Georgia. This one pops up, diving, try, dropped.
Wow.
Tough play. We're going to give a hit to McGill. As that one was pushed out there, and coming in was Julian LaDouche. She dove, kind of rolled up under her body there, did the glove, and the ball scooted out. 10th hit for Young Harris, and they stay alive. 1 out in the inning. Grace Body takes a big swipe, fouls it off.
I don't want to sound foolish when I say this, but home runs have been the dagger for Young Harris, especially that big grand slams. I mean, if you look at the hits, 15 to 10. Look at the runs across the board, 11 to 3. That
one got her.
Ouch.
Right on the knee, Body takes one in the body.
Do you apologize after you hit someone, Sam?
Most of the time.
I would
Most of the
feel
time.
really bad. I'd be like, oh, sorry. My bad.
In my pitching days, I was known to be a little wild, so I hit many a person. You stop feeling bad after a while. You become desensitized to it.
See, bad sports are not my forte, so I feel like I would be like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. But I feel like as a pitcher, you're hitting people from time to time, especially growing up, learning how to control while also putting speed and, dip on the ball. You hit some matters.
Just a part of it. And Young Harris trying to make things interesting here. If they could cut the lead to half with a big fly here with the bases loaded. Murphy Davis.
We've seen Taylor Morgan throw her first wild pitch and hit her first batter of the match here in the 7th, and that one's pushed, to the right there as I had got my tongue tied up. And then I went to say tongue tied up to even stop my tongue tied up.
Not the best remedy for that.
No.
No. 1-1. Popped up. And that'll be an out. Loved by Ledoux. Aiken 1 out away.
all right, throw it to me. I'm going to say back to you guys when we're done.
Stay tuned at the end of this one as Ken Gerlinger, Peach Belt Director Communications, will be down on the field for a post-game interview. Imagine we'll try to grab Taylor Morgan and head coach Jerry Snyder. Among anyone else we can grab for Aiken.
Chandler Terrapin with the grand slam would be a great option
too.
as well,
Absolutely.
Sam.
1 strike on Sarah Beth Marquis. Hey, Young Harris down to their last out. This one fouled back. The 0-2 hit it right to the shortstop Timmerman, and there you have it, folks. Pacers by a whole bunch of lengths have a historic win and advance to the Peach Belt Conference Tournament, the first time a 7 seed has ever raced their way to the championship game. And it's a big win for Aiken. 11 runs on 15 hits. Young Harris finishes 3 runs on 10 hits. Your winning pitcher today, Taylor Morgan. Darby Stanford gets the loss. Taylor Morgan, absolutely fantastic. Only gives up 3 runs, has a big home run in the 7th. And home runs all around for the Pacers. 4 home runs on the day for Aiken. We'll see who Ken Gerlinger will grab here in just a second. Pacers, not as big a celebration yesterday as they did at that big win over Armstrong. This one more of a foregone conclusion, as Young Harris never led a run in the first. A run in the second, rather, for Aiken. Put them up 1. And we're still waiting on Ken to go ahead and find somebody with the mic out there. He's doing his best. We'll give him a second here. But a run in the second. And now we're going to throw it down to Ken Gerlinger, who I believe has Chandler Terrapin down there with him.
All right, Ken Gerlinger here with Chandler Terrapin. And Chandler, talk about the game today. The girls look like you could do no wrong.
Yeah, we came in very confident. We knew that we had to play together and play as a team. That's just what we did, and have fun.
Talk about your big swing of the bat. The grand slam really kind of broke the game open.
Yeah, I knew we got bases loaded real early, and we had a mishaps with the first 2 outs, but I knew that my pitcher needed more runs on the board to feel confident in the mound, so I knew I had to do what I had to do.
What did you see when that ball came at you, and what did you think when it was going out down the line?
I was just hoping it was staying fair. I was blowing it to stay fair.
Talk about the home runs today. You set us tied a school record, 4 home runs as a team. Is that something you guys, is that something you rely on a lot?
Yeah, we have big home run hitters, so we're used to hitting home runs, and we showed it today. So
talk about the turnaround now, a couple hours away from playing in the championship game. You guys gonna be ready?
Yeah, I think so. We gotta get it together and work for tonight.
All right, thank you very much. Congratulations. All right, I'm gonna bring in Coach Jerry Snyder of our victorious USC Aiken Pacers. Coach, good to see you again.
Thank you.
And talk about the big fly today. Girls going yard.
Yep. I mean, you never know about us. Some days we'll win ball games. We'll play the short game and bunt and steal and just get blue pits here and there. And then some days it's just everybody's on it and they start hitting it. With hitting, you catch it. It's like a fever. And one starts, then the rest of them are right in there. Don't be left out. I think we set a school record for 4. I think it was 2 of them. Boy, I was literally praying on third to stay fair, stay fair, stay fair. But the kids play well. I mean, I told you yesterday, we came here to win. We wanted to win this. We're on the bubble in the region, and we knew we had to come down here and do some good. And while we're here, we might as well win the whole thing. And that's what we're going to try to do. We faced a really good Young Harris team today. I mean, they had a great pitcher, and we just had a good game plan coming in and was able to get on her and all that.
So what are you going to do for the next couple hours? You get to wait around for the next semifinal and get ready for a championship.
I don't know. I mean, we checked out of the hotel, so there's no going back to the hotel. I'd like to have a nap, but that ain't going to happen. I'll take them to eat somewhere, sit down, and, we'll keep close contact with what's going on here. I don't like to have them sit out in the sun. I think that'll drain them for that next game. So the advantage would be to us versus the team that we're going to have to play, and because they would just play it in the sun and all that. So, but one thing I want to say: none of this would be possible without my beautiful wife at home, Kelly. She's the one that makes me the good coach that I am. She keeps me grounded, so I had to get a shout out to her.
I understand. Well, congratulations, Coach, and we'll see you in a couple hours in the Peach Belt Championship. All right, guys, back to you.
Thank you very much, Ken. And you heard it from Coach Snyder, a couple prayers from third base and a little bit of extra wind from Chandler Terrapin put the Pacers in the Peach Belt Conference Tournament Championship. An incredible story. The Pacers come in as the 7 seed, knock off the number 2 seed Armstrong, then demolish Young Harris today, 11-3. We have another game, if you can believe that, coming up for you folks. We got 2 more left today.